Antarctica. 10 unique facts about the continent of Antarctica.
We often hear and see information about the North Pole in various media. The North Pole is indeed more popular than the South Pole because it is more often explored and reported. In addition, its location is closer to developed countries, making it no longer full of mystery. Actually, Antarctica at the South Pole is a giant natural laboratory for studying the Earth, its atmosphere, and global environmental changes, including changes caused by human activities. Antarctica is the most remote continent in the world with a contradictory character. Very beautiful and pristine, but very unfriendly. This place is the stormiest and coldest on Earth, as well as the most fragile and sensitive. Its rainfall is the lowest compared to other continents, but its ice stores 70% of the planet's fresh water. With an average thickness of around 2,200 meters, the ice makes Antarctica the highest continent in the world, with an altitude of around 2,300 meters above sea level. Antarctica is also the fifth largest continent in the world. However, the continent has no permanent inhabitants larger than a colony of the lamuk fly, a type of fly about 1 centimeter in size. Here are 10 interesting facts you may not have known about Antarctica.
From tropical to frozen. The transformation of Antarctica.
53 million years ago, Antarctica was so warm that coconut palms grew along its shores. Temperatures on the continent once reached over 20 degrees Celsius. At that time, Antarctica was part of a very different climate than the cold and snowy conditions we know today. Its ecosystems were filled with a variety of flora and fauna that are now only found in tropical regions. Over time, tectonic movements and global climate change caused the region to cool dramatically, eventually forming the thick ice sheets that now cover most of the continent. The continent is now known as the coldest place on Earth, but traces of its warm past can still be found through ongoing scientific research. Scientists continue to dig deeper to uncover how past climate changes can provide clues to future climate changes.
Antarctica, continent with extreme temperatures.
Antarctica is the coldest continent on Earth, with winter temperatures reaching -73 degrees Celsius. The record coldest temperature was recorded on July 21, 1983, at Russia's Vostok station, when temperatures reached around -89.2 degrees Celsius. These extreme conditions make Antarctica extremely inhospitable to life. However, various forms of microbial life and several species of penguins and seals have adapted to survive. Scientists continue to work at research stations across the continent to study its climate, ice, and geological history. This research is vital to understanding global climate change and its impacts on the Earth.
Antarctica, Earth's largest freshwater reserve.
A staggering 70% of the planet's fresh water is contained in the ice sheet that covers Antarctica. In some places, this ice can be as thick as 4 kilometers. If the ice in Antarctica melted, global sea levels would rise by around 60 to 65 meters. Less than 2% of Antarctica is not covered by ice, including the McMurdo Dry Valleys, known as the driest place on Earth. It receives almost no rain, creating a unique environment. Scientists continue to study this region to understand climate change and the dynamics of the Earth, using advanced technology to observe and analyze the ice and its surroundings. Their research provides valuable insights into Earth's history and helps predict the future impacts of climate change.
Fungal survival in Antarctica. Life amidst extremes.
Despite the extreme temperatures, there are 1,150 species of fungi that have managed to survive in Antarctica. These fungi are perfectly adapted to extreme low temperatures, as well as to withstand constant freezing and thawing cycles. These adaptations allow fungi to thrive in an inhospitable environment, providing scientists with valuable insights into the organism's ability to survive in harsh conditions. Research into Antarctic fungi also has the potential to uncover unique compounds that could be useful in biotechnology and medicine. These findings highlight the remarkable resilience and flexibility of microbial life, even in the most extreme places on our planet.
Antarctica, a continent with all the time zones.
Antarctica contains all of the time zones on Earth. All of the lines of longitude used to define time zones converge at the North and South Poles. This makes Antarctica unique in terms of time management. On the continent, research stations often use their home country's time zone or the time zone that is most convenient for communication and logistics. This uniqueness also adds complexity to the coordination of international scientific activities that take place in Antarctica, where researchers from all over the world work together to study climate, ecosystems, and other natural phenomena. This research is not only vital to our understanding of this remote continent, but also provides critical insights into global climate change and its impacts.
Antarctica, a continent without native human population.
Tens of thousands of families live in the Arctic Circle, which is also home to thousands of flora and fauna. However, there are no humans who are native to Antarctica. The continent's only inhabitants are algae, bacteria, mosses, lichens, 2 species of flowering plants, and a few species of insects. Despite the absence of a native human population, Antarctica remains a center of international scientific activity. Scientists from all over the world come to the continent to conduct research on its unique climate, geology, and microbial life. Discoveries in Antarctica provide valuable insights into organisms' adaptations to extreme conditions and contribute to our understanding of global climate change. These studies also help develop new technologies and strategies to monitor and protect our fragile environment.
Roald Amundsen, conqueror of the South Pole.
Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen was the first human to reach the South Pole. He beat British explorer Robert Falcon Scott to reach the continent on December 14, 1911, planting his national flag there. This achievement was a milestone in polar exploration, demonstrating the courage and perseverance of Amundsen and his team. Their journey was full of challenges, including extreme weather, harsh terrain, and health risks. Amundsen's success not only marked a remarkable personal achievement, but also encouraged further exploration and research in Antarctica. His story of courage continues to inspire explorers and scientists today, who continue to unravel the mysteries of this icy continent and learn more about the climate and life in one of the most remote places on Earth.
Antarctica, continent for peace and research.
Antarctica is not part of any country's territory. In 1959, 12 nations negotiated and signed the Antarctic Treaty, dedicating the continent to peaceful research. To date, the treaty has been signed by 48 nations. The treaty prohibits military activity, mining, and nuclear explosions in Antarctica, and ensures that scientific research is conducted in a spirit of international cooperation. The signatories also commit to protecting the continent's unique environment and ecosystems. The Antarctic Treaty is an important example of environmental diplomacy, showing how nations can work together to preserve a region vital to science and the sustainability of our planet. The treaty's success continues to inspire global collaborative efforts to address other environmental challenges.
Antarctica, an ice land surrounded by ocean.
While the North Pole is surrounded by the inhabited continents of America, Asia, and Europe, Antarctica is surrounded by a vast ocean and is the stormiest region on the planet. The North Pole is actually a frozen sea, while the South Pole is a landmass covered in ice. This makes Antarctica a place with very extreme and inhospitable weather. Despite this, the continent is a major focus of scientific research because its thick ice sheet holds valuable information about the Earth's climate history. Studying Antarctic ice helps scientists understand past climate changes and predict future climate patterns. This research is vital to the global effort to address the impacts of climate change and protect our planet.
Antarctica, the throbbing continent.
Antarctica has been called the pulsating continent, says the Encyclopedia Britannica, because each year its outermost ice shelf stretches and recedes. At its peak, the ice shelf can stretch as far as 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers, offshore. This expansion and contraction is 6 times greater than the Arctic ice shelf, giving Antarctica a far greater influence on global weather. It affects ocean and atmospheric circulation and impacts weather patterns around the world. Studying Antarctic ice dynamics provides important insights into climate change and helps scientists predict what changes might occur in the future. Understanding these patterns is also vital to developing effective mitigation strategies to address the increasingly pressing climate challenges.